Thank you. Well, first this morning, new rules are now in place for anyone that wants to carry a concealed weapon here in New York State. Governor Kathy Hochul and state lawmakers have made New York State's gun laws some of the strictest in the entire country.
And these laws come in response to a Supreme Court ruling earlier this year, striking down restrictions on concealed carry. Yesterday alone, more than 500 people lined up at the Erie County Clerk's office to apply for their permits. For anyone applying for a concealed carry permit, they must go through firearms training and an in-person interview, as well as a social media review.
Because we're not stripping the right away, we're just saying you have to do it in a very responsible way. And we believe that the training is going to be significant. And educate them about other topics, how to keep people safe. Conflict de-escalation, because when people are in conflict and they happen to be legally carrying concealed weapons now, there's a high risk that it'll escalate into something that is going to be fatal.
Also, starting this Sunday, there will be a minimum age requirement of 21 to own a semi-automatic rifle. The new requirements are facing several potential legal challenges, though. However, they don't apply to people who have already received their permits. And there are more changes as well, specifically for concealed carry permit holders. Licenses will now have to be recertified every 3 years instead of 5 years.
Yeah, and there are also restrictions on carrying a concealed gun in, quote, sensitive areas, places like schools, churches, subways, even theaters, as well as places like Times Square in New York City. And as we saw, the flood of changes left a lot of people scrambling. We've seen the video trying to apply up until the last minute under the old laws, while local leaders really are left trying to make sense of the new ones.
It's just more unnecessary steps to take, and while there's probably some good legislation in the law, there's also some stuff that just becomes more burdensome to you. So it was nice to try and get that in time, and hopefully all the paperwork's filled out correctly and they're able to get everything processed.
There's a lot of people. In this county alone, we have over 100,000 pistol permit holders. They're law-abiding citizens, and all of a sudden they're going to have to jump through hoops to do what?
Erie County Clerk Mickey Kern says he might increase his staffing levels to deal with the changes. Sheriff Garcia says he feels law enforcement should have been consulted before this law was made to go into effect.
And